Welcome back to Waxing On with R&J. This is episode 28. We're back at our normal location. Last time we were in my bedroom recording, and now we're back in Ridge's basement. We got some more picks for you today. And Ridge, why don't you start us off with what do you have for us today?
First, I will talk about a little band from St. Louis just released a full length on Prosthetic Records, and it is great. Kind of death metal-y, techy, some would even say a little deathcore.
I got a little deathcore vibe,
yeah, a little vibe,
bit, which is cool.
But it's absolutely fantastic. The flow of the album's great. I love it. But it's called Under the Reviled Throne by Summoning the Litch. But I actually wasn't even with these guys being in our backyard, I've never really been that familiar with them. But when I started seeing some posts and stuff about this record coming out, it really intrigued me. And I started listening to it, like the first two singles they did, which was My Horror is Unending, which is probably my favorite track off this. It's absolutely just brutal and banging. Return to the Soil was like their second one, which the video for Return to the Soil is great. Go to YouTube, watch that video.
We'll have to watch that after this. I haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah. It's great. It kind of has this like vibe to me, like starting a band when you're a kid in like a basement or something. The drummer is like using like electronic drums. They all have like kind of shitty guitars and stuff, playing out of like line 6 amps and stuff. It seems humorous to me, but all around fantastic, good. If you are a fan of, I'd say like the Black Dahlia Murder, like later like Suffocation.
You said a cattle decap, right?
Yeah, definitely the techie kind of like cattle decapitation stuff, and the way that he does his vocals and stuff reminds me a lot of like Travis Ryan. So it's cool. It's very cool. The artwork's fantastic. Brutal breakdowns.
There is
deathcore.
Yeah, I thought. I mean,
but CD's really fucking cool. I like how it kind of blends into, call that the tray.
That is cool. It reminds me, that right there reminds me, there's an Anthrax album called Warship Music.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe their covers record, that looks really similar to that. That just reminded me of that for some reason.
You know what this reminds me of? In like when you play like Magic the Gathering or D&D and stuff, like the 20-sided die. That's what it actually reminds me of, is the 20-sided die. It's probably not, but that's what it reminds me of. If you are a fan of Black Dahlia Murder, cattle decapitation, Suffocation, any of that stuff, check these guys out. Summoning the Litch, Under the Reviled Throne.
St. Louis band too. So
great.
Always repping St. Louis bands here.
Please go and check these guys out. Bandcamp, Spotify, wherever. If you really do dig them, buy a CD. They have this on record too. Like you can get the record, and they really need it to build up funds working on like doing a big tour. So any of those proceeds, any of that money will help them out a lot with doing that. And it's fantastic. They had a CD release show on the 27th, so last Saturday, and they played with Storm Ruler, our buddies.
Yep.
Apparently, fantastic packed show.
Awesome. Where'd they play at?
The Red Flag.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Went to a show a while back, June 30th. The opening band was fantastic. I absolutely loved them. Loved them enough to buy their EP and their full length. And the EP, I gotta tell you, is great. 5 tracks. This is a band out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. A little band called Prize Horse. This is the EP called Welder, released in 2022 on New Morality Zine.
Awesome label. They have like Spaced was on there, Stateside's on there. A lot of cool bands were on. Standstill did some work with them as well back recently.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're like a hardcore punk label, but they had bands like Price Horse on there.
That is so cool because like these guys are not like hardcore or anything like that.
Because they just did a hardcore tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, when I seen them live, it was a little like grungy, shoegaze, like early 90s, like alternative rock kind of sound to them. And I loved it. Thick bass tones on this. And I wouldn't say like jangly, but just the noisy guitar tone really won me over. And then just like pummeling, awesome drumming, very, very catchy drumming that I love. They blew my socks off. I mean, you got 6 tracks on here, 3 tiles, Melt, Welder, Far, Mirth, Musket. 3 tiles, the opening track is so good. So good. If you're a fan of Cloakroom, Title Fight, We're Nothing, go and check this out. Get Welder by Prize Horse and their new album, which I'm certain you'll be hearing more about that at the end of the year.
And for sure, Barrett of the ATI, you'll be hearing it. He likes that one a lot too.
It is a fantastic album, but I didn't talk about that one because I know it's going to be...
talked about it a lot more.
We're going to have a little conversation on that album. So that was my second pick.
What's the color there? Well, the vinyl.
Oh, yeah. The vinyl, actually.
I got a peek of it there.
I'm forgetting to even show off the vinyl here. The vinyl is very cool. It's like a transparent kind of thing, but it's like this teal...
That's cool.
Blue with another like white kind of shade of blue in between it.
Really, looks like a sky blue kind of to me.
Yeah. It's really cool. Third pick is a very close album to me. I picked this up a while ago. I've always adored this album. It's fantastic. It's my all-time feel-good album. If I'm in a bad mood, put it on. I'm going to be chanting every little bit, every little word. And that is the Iron Chic's You Can't Stay Here. That was released in 2017. It's their third full length. Released on Side One Dummy, I believe.
Yep, that's an awesome label.
Yep. I believe their second album is actually on Bridge 9.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Boss Tones put out some stuff on Side One Dummy, like all kinds of cool bands were on Side One Dummy.
I found like a copy, like pretty reasonable, super cheap on Discogs. And I mean, we got some creasing here and stuff, but it's still good. But all from top to bottom, just absolute bangers. Pop punky, punk, alt rock, emo.
Give me a Benzingers vibe. For sure, to me. And they're from Long Island, so I got to point that out.
Yes. Long Island. They're from Long Island, New York.
Which is a place that I've never been to, but I love all the music that comes out of there. So
every track on this is good. Straight up into the Headache with Pictures. My Best Friend is Nihilist. You Can't Stay Safe.
That's one of the first songs I ever heard from them. That's like one of their bigger ones, right?
I think so,
there's a video to it.
Yeah, I think My Best Friend's a Nihilist. Planes, Chest Pains, and Automobiles, I believe.
That is a great title, by the way.
Straight.
That's a very Alkaline Trio title to me.
It is. And I mean, like all the lyrics in this, I'm not a big, I'll be honest, I'm not a big lyric person, because whatever weird ADHD or something I have, I can't focus on the lyrics when I listen to a song. I focus on everything else that's going on, and it's just an issue I've always had.
It's a preference. Most people are it's like you're Brian. I'm not saying we're the Beach Boys here, but Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys focused on the music, and Mike Love focused on the lyrics and the concepts. I like words and like lines and stuff. Obviously, I like the music. If the music doesn't sound good, I don't like it. But I've always been like, what are you saying to me? And they are a very lyric-driven band, to me, personally.
They are, and that's one of my favorite parts about this band. I mean, besides, like, the guitar tone is absolutely amazing. One of the guitarists used to be in a band called Ladderman. I actually am not very familiar with them, but I guess they were kind of a little bit bigger. I don't know if maybe they were from the Long Island scene or something like that.
It could be. I haven't heard of them, but I'd like to find out.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite kind of punky guitar sounds in a record.
Yeah.
It sounds absolutely amazing. The guitar tone's great, drums roll, vocals are absolutely probably my favorite part, just because you can just be drinking a beer and just like chanting every single word, shouting it, and it feels good.
Do you get a Hot Water Music vibe from them at all?
I do think, a little bit of Hot Water Music.
And newer Bouncing Souls to me, a little bit.
Oh, yes. Yes, with a little bit of newer Bouncing Souls.
Yes, definitely.
But definitely check this album. I didn't realize, like, we were talking about this before we did the show, that like this is actually a little bit popular, but I didn't know.
Oh, I have so many friends that love Iron Chic. Yeah. Well, just like all my friends that like punk and stuff, they love Iron. It's not like they're not like on Billboard, selling out arenas, which would be cool if they were. Yeah, and they should. But no, I have a lot of friends who love Iron Chic for sure. Like good friend of the show, Jake Leahy likes Iron Chic. Sean Brumfield. I have several friends who are in the Iron Cheek. bassist of Good Charlotte, rocks an Iron Cheek shirt. Often Paul Thomas. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check that out. You like some good, some whoa-ohs and some awesome chants.
Anthemic music. It's very anthemic.
Yes. Killer guitar tone. Check out Iron Cheek. I'd also recommend listening to their first 2 albums as well.
What's the one that has QT Monster Man on?
I believe
Isn't that a song?
That's their second album.
Yeah.
I think. I could be wrong. I don't know, but that is a great song. Very great song.
They also give me a little bit of a Transit vibe. I know I've showed you some Transit before.
Oh man, I don't remember that band.
I've showed you Transit quite a bit, but they give me a little bit of a Transit vibe too.
Came on really cool, clear vinyl, which this is a thing that I love about this record, because it's a pet peeve that I have with records is just put an A and B on that.
Yeah,
and I love
so
that.
We don't have to play guessing games.
Yeah. A, B, come on. And you still got a little bit of some character, a little bit of art.
I love clear vinyl so much.
I do.
And especially the way it looks on your record player with the glow and the green thing.
Yeah, with the acrylic mat.
I love that.
It looks really cool. Smaller bands that are putting out records, please put an A and B on that. I have one record. I can't remember which one it is that I got recently. And it doesn't even, because you know how you have to like hold up to the light and find the etching where it says A and the other side will say B, like in the, whatever you want to call it, the etching they do in the record. There's one, it doesn't even have that. You just got to like put it on and find out where you're
Or
at.
the track listing helps at least. Please put the track listing.
Man, a perfect record is like old, how they used to like be like any like old, like my old like Sabbath records and stuff. It's got which side it is and what tracks are on that side. Do that.
They would even used to have like producer and like who the songs are written by and like shit. I'm like they went all, Yeah, especially like if you got like a 45, like, Hall & Oates singles I have, like words written by Daryl Hall and John Oates, produced by, whatever.
Dude, let's get back to that.
Yeah.
Let's get some awesome labels going on soon.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I got 3 new releases today, and one of my picks, I finally got my vinyl in. We talked about it in the last episode, and it's a record that if you haven't heard, if you love hard and heavy music, what are you waiting for? That is the debut, very anticipated LP from Sydney, Australian hardcore band Speed. And it, to me, is the hardcore album of the year. Not even close. It is neck and neck right now for the Story So Far record for my favorite album of the year. So glad that I have had the last week or so, because I've been just going to shows and just listening. Did an interview with Standstill that's going to be on ATI soon.
Yes.
So did a lot of prepping for that on yellow vinyl here, by the way, which I'd love with like a lemon or like a yellow vinyl, because I have a Slipknot live album that's kind of like this. And I love like a good yellow color.
I only have like one yellow record, and I believe it's Converge No Heroes.
Oh, and that's one of my favorite Converge albums too. So, yes, it's kind of similar to the Speed record.
Yeah.
Put it next. Yeah. Well, it's
that
more
one's
brighter.
That one's brighter. That one's cool.
But yeah, we got 10 tracks here, 23 minutes. I just want to show off the back here of the fellas. That is a really cool shot there. Yeah, we got 10 tracks. I mean, you got, to kick off the album, you got the first single that was released, which is also an awesome video. You got Real Life Love. You got the second single, which goes into track 2, Don't Need, which, has an incredible breakdown. Lyrics are great. It has the Bruce Lee sample at the end. And then my favorite track is track 3. The lyrics on this are my favorite of the album, and that's No Love But For Our Own. And I just want to read this from This Is Why You Need to Buy Records lyric sheets. Liner notes, people. And it says, there's no fear, no tears I owe. We're all fighting battles some may never know. I just feel like that's universal. Like we're all we're all going through some things, fighting, these demons and battles and
There's
shit.
so many good like one-liners.
It's actually a very positive record if you listen to it. Like it's like Hatebreed to me. Like people think Hatebreed and the music. It's like it's like violent, angry. Like no, it's like do better, be a better you. Like help out your brother, help out your sister, help out others. Be the best person you can be. That's why I like a lot of hardcore stuff like that. And then another great song about this, about No Love But For Our Own. If you listen to the lyrics, it gives like a precursor, a prelude to the next track, which is Only Foes. The last line of No Love But For Our Own says, the foes can rust alone. And then it goes into track 4, Only Foes. And then track 4 to track 5 is Only Foes, the first test. The transitions from those 2 tracks is amazing. And the first test is also, that was the second single, I believe. That's the one that has the flute and the Like the phaser, the what you called it? You said a phaser on the bass or something.
I think it's the phaser.
It had like a Faith No More Red Hot Chili Pepper or something.
I believe it sounds like a phaser to me.
And there's like a DJ scratch.
Yeah, dude.
This is where I want Barrett to cue the Jamie Jost to Speed put the flute in. Yeah, cue that up again right there. Yeah, and so and then it has Kill Cap, which starts side 2 on the vinyl.
Love Kill Cap.
Which is your favorite song. And you said that reminded you of a Converge breakdown?
No.
Or is it Caught in a Craze?
Caught in a Craze. Sounds a lot like it has like that Saddest Day, like the bum, bum, bum.
Which I thought was, because after that episode, we played that song.
Like it as soon as that came on, I was like, that's Saddest Day. But they did, I mean, in their own way. Like perfectly fine because there is no original. I mean, like there is,
but everybody's influenced by.
There's only so many.
You're getting something from something.
Yeah, there's only so many, and also there's so many chords.
I was arguing with a friend at Asher Roth's show when the Airbnb in Texas. He's an artist, friend of the show, Wyatt Voles. He's a rapper, singer, songwriter, producer. And I said, but everything's been done. You just got to find a way to do it. Make your own twist. And he's just like, I don't agree with that. I'm like, buddy, there is only so much fucking notes on a damn fretboard. Or
you can't make up new notes.
Yes,
you can make up tunings to make different chords, but you can't make new notes. In my opinion.
Well, I mean, it was viral on Twitter like a few months ago. Like the Fleshwater, they took a riff from Crowbar and they admitted to it. Like they just played a Crowbar riff backwards.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Because they sound absolutely nothing like Crowbar.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
I think it was Crowbar.
In my opinion, that's cool. That's actually gives them more cred in my opinion. If you're like playing what they're like kind of like shoegazy, whatever.
Yeah, like a Prize Horse vibe a little bit.
They got a little bit of Prize Horse, but they got more energy to them.
Yeah.
A little bit like.
Well, because it's a lot of the guys from Vane, so it's like,
like Price Horse is more like got like melancholy kind of like vibe to them, but that's fucking killer. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I saw it was like viral on Twitter, and then like Colin Young he said talking about like stealing or being inspired by riffs, put the video of the Vanilla Ice trying to sell that Ice Ice Baby was not the same song as Under Pressure, basically saying like everything's fucking ripped off. You just make it your own. Yeah. And then you have, the second song on side 2, Send Them to Sydney, which is basically an instrumental. It has Send Them to Sydney and the word speed, which another great thing that I love about Speed, it's like Trapped Under Ice. That Speed finds a way to say speed in a lot of their songs, and like Trapped Under Ice was always cold. Something about being cold, staying cold, the ice, something about the, that's why I love that.
Oh, I love where they spell it out, like S-P-E-D.
Yes.
I love that.
And then Shut It Down, track 8, which was on the demo originally, and it's on the LP. And then, actually, the transition from Shut It Down to I Mean It is another one. What is that ending of that? Is it like a synth line or whatever, or like a something you put in a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie? Or you know what I'm talking about? Where it goes like, and then it goes to I Mean It, which I Mean It is my second favorite track, has my favorite breakdown of the whole record. That is my favorite breakdown on the album. And then a great closer, Caught in a Craze. So
great.
10 tracks, 23 minutes. You'll be hearing me talk about this again on our end of the year show. Not even going to, no spoilers here. Speed, only one mode, released on Flat Spot Records in the U.S. and Last Ride in Australia. It's definitely worth the wait. I was so excited for this to come out. And shout out to Barrett for picking me up a copy because I didn't get one. He's just like, what's your address? And then just bought one for me.
Yeah.
So I was like, it was compensation for the Koyo show, I guess, he said. So I'll take it. That's perfect compensation.
If you like any kind of heavy music, any kind of hardcore, definitely go and check out Speed. They are
and they're fun. They're also fun.
Yes. And they switch instruments, all that.
Yeah, and there's two brothers on the stage together, like, and then you got the security of Speed, Dennis, who's like become like good friends with like Travis Barker, and Travis Barker's been like giving him like hooking him up with Blink tickets, and like, and Travis is rocking the Speed jerseys on stage and stuff.
Yeah. Wasn't even Post Malone?
Post Malone's hung out with him. Yeah,
he's hung out with them.
Well, Post Malone's down with the HC, man.
Yeah,
he's down with all heavy music, but.
I wasn't there before, and I wasn't there then. I'm standing over
second pick, we're going to go the way opposite of anything that has been talked about on this show at all tonight. And now I'm going to do a little country music. And that is the second solo record from Tyler Hubbard, and that is titled Strong. It's just a great modern country fun record. A lot of fun. Song, like something that you meant, like he even said, it's like, I wrote these songs for them to be played live. And like, it just has like a cool live, like fun, there's a couple like more serious personal songs. It's on Translucent Orange, and it's 13 tracks. Tyler Hubbard, by the way, is of Florida Georgia Line fame. He is the Georgia part of Florida Georgia Line. And it's his second solo record, following up last year's self-titled record. And like I said, 13 tracks. Just really a lot of fun. And my favorite track is track 11 on the second side, Summer Talkin'. You're going to think I'm absolutely nuts. It was one of my tracks of the week earlier this year. Yeah. It has people don't come at me. I'm not saying this. It has like a Fleetwood Mac Dreams vibe if it was country, modern country. Okay. We'll play it after this, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Yeah. And it's just a lot of fun. I love the lyrics in that song, and I love the pedal steel guitar on that song as well.
Does it sound better than Fleetwood Mac, though?
Well, I'm not going to, because that's objectively a great song. I'm saying it has
I guess we shouldn't do that on a show. I'm just not a Fleetwood Mac fan.
It has a vibe. Like, it has like a Dreams vibe to it. And it has also the single Back Then Right Now, which is doing well on country radio. So, yeah. I like a lot of modern country stuff. What can I say? It's fun. It's music, like good summertime, feel-good music. So not everything needs to be hard and serious all the time, is what I say.
A buddy of mine was some meme the other day that was like, it's like, when is everybody going to grow up and realize that country music is all right?
Yeah, I talk to people that are from this area, and I'm like, you don't have to be shit-kicking cowboy boots, farm, cowboy hat to be country or like country. If you're from this area, I don't know how you can't relate to small town living and, just because as much as there is some batshit crazy people in this area, I love the small town life. I love the, just the peace and stuff. Like it's not all about cowboys. You don't have to be, it's like the same thing with hardcore. You don't have to be yeehaw cowboy to like country music or to relate to it. Yeah. So, but that's me on my soapbox there. Also a solo record from a famous duo. It's the sixth solo album from Daryl Hall, from obviously Daryl Hall and John Oates. His sixth solo album entitled D, just called D. Yeah. 9 tracks, about 34 minutes long. Fun fact, if you didn't know, it's produced and co-written with Dave Stewart, the Rhythmics fame.
Yeah, he just educated me on that. Yeah. We just finished listening to it right before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does some guitar work on here as well, which we talked about. I know Ridge is big into guitar. I thought you would enjoy, like, there's a couple tracks where it's like pretty fuzzy for like over like some R&B soul pop production. Like it's pretty dirty guitar to me.
I think it's very good guitar tone. I like that. I like the synth tone, like the synths in it.
Yes, in which Daryl probably plays all the pianos. Yeah, Dave plays electric guitar on a lot of these songs, and then Daryl Hall's playing the piano. And then Charlie Deshan of Hall & Oates Band is playing some saxophone and stuff on here. Really good record, really strong record. It's Daryl Hall, one of the greatest rock pop singers of our lifetime generation. If you like Daryl Hall or Daryl Hall and John Oates, you'll really like this. And my favorite track is the last track, Break It Down to the Real Thing. I love that song. I love the lyrics. I love the music in it. There's a couple singles on here. Can't Say No to You, which has a cool video of him and Dave just like hanging out and jamming in the studio. And then Walking in Between Raindrops is another single that's really good. And check it out. Like, as much as we love promoting young, newer artists and bands, also check out the new music that are I hate to say this word, our legacy artists are putting out. Bands. Yes. Because I hate when, Daryl Hall doesn't do this, or John, or anybody, but I hate when an old band or artist just gives up making new music because nobody wants to hear it. I'm like, right. And it's because most people just want to hear the hits. As a fan of an artist or a band, I don't want that. I want new music to have at and chew on and think about and interpret and all that. Yeah. So, when our legacy, our older artists and bands put out new music, listen to it. I just did the Pop Punk Pizza Party podcast a couple weeks ago with our good buddy Keith Hafner, and he's a big Newfound Glory fan as well as mine. And we were talking about how there are people that have no idea that Newfound Glory has still just keeps putting out albums. I'm just like, that is nuts to me.
Dude, I didn't. Like that. The acoustic album, I had absolutely no idea that was. I mean, you've mentioned it to me before and we've listened to it, but recently I listened to it again, and I mean, I only know like Sticks and Stones, and was that
Sticks and Stones? That's a big one. Yeah.
What was the other one that had like the big hits on it?
Catalyst.
Yes.
Yes.
Those are like the only two that I knew.
Yeah, but they churn out music all the time.
Yeah.
And or like Slipknot, Korn. When I did the Slipknot, when I did all the 9 CDs I had of the new album,
yeah,
like there are people that are say they're Slipknot fans and don't listen to the new stuff. Like, are you a Slipknot fan or do you just like a couple records?
Right.
I'm getting on my Brendan Snyder train here.
I mean, it's the same with like when 72 Seasons came out, like everybody's like,
I'm going to call him out. Derek Hankins, one of my best buddies, that's a big Metallica fan. I don't think he has even tried to listen to this album. I'm like, Metallica's the greatest metal band of all time. You got to. Yeah. That's appointment listening to me.
You have to. Yeah, it's a fantastic album. It's a tad long. I will say that.
It's Metallica though.
But they're Metallica. They can do whatever the fuck they or whatever they want to do.
Yes.
Like they can. They can do a 6 LP if they want to of a new album. If they're Metallica,
and I'm going to listen to it.
Yeah, I will.
And I love every album. I love every album. So, but moral of the story is when our artists and bands who have been around for a long time put out a new freaking record, listen to it. I can't stand that, like, oh, I only want to hear the hits or like a certain era. Like, if you say you are a fan of this band and you are a huge fan, I want to hear the new stuff. Like when I see Blink-182 next Saturday, I want to see about 5 or 6 new songs.
I think they will.
That's what I want to see.
I see them playing like 2 hours. Maybe.
I don't care. I'll play obviously play whatever, but like
I think they'll have enough room.
But play some like anytime I want to see a new band, I want to hear the new record.
A show that we recently went to see, which was Frozen Soul,
Gates to Hell, Creeping Death,
and Enforced,
which is great at the Blueberry Hill.
Enforced, one of the best new thrash bands in my opinion. Newer, they've been around for a bit. So fucking good.
Yes,
but
every band killed it.
But Frozen Soul played a lot off of Glacial Domination.
Oh yeah, which
is fantastic.
People went nuts for.
Great. Oh my.
Yeah.
That is by far my top show of the year for me. Which I like my metal and stuff like that. I got up there.
No, yeah, you were up in the front for I was getting water for Frozen Soul, so I sat in the back for the Frozen Soul set. But they were awesome, great band. We got to talk to the singer. Forgive me, what's his name?
Still have a bruise somewhere.
He was a very nice guy. We chatted with him.
Yeah. We talked to is it Chad? I think it's Chad.
Okay.
Chad. Yeah. We talked to Chad a little bit. Bought some merch from him.
Yeah, he liked my Fuming Mouth shirt, which was cool.
I got a while they were playing, got a fist bump from Sam, which was
she's awesome too.
Absolutely killer. Just that show was great.
And I also want to shout out Trey Garris of Gates to Hell, who's Brian Garris' brother of Knocked Loose. He's the drummer of Gates to Hell, and he's a beast.
I will say I'll have to listen to a little more of Gates to Hell, but his drumming was absolutely insane.
They're awesome.
It was good.
Yeah.
But every band in there, like
all heavy hitters.
Death was good.
Yeah. Creeping Death did they were fucking there was like
they were doing like
water.
Spins.
No, remember they were like they were doing the shit with the water. They were like spewing water out into the crowd. I love that or whatever. Yeah. Was that Creeping Death that did that?
Yeah, that was Creeping Death.
With like the water bottle and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was really fun.
I had a little too good of a time.
Oh yeah, hey, it is what it is.
But I was living. I mean, catch people stage diving.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Getting kicked.
I saw, by the way, a couple people like not during Frozen Soul set, but like catch people stage diving.
Dude,
catch them.
That was the biggest, like, because I would go to like somebody they would stage, because I mean it was all like orchestrated, like they were just like, hey everybody, like at the beginning of the set or in between songs, we want everybody involved in this. We want you diving. We want to do this. But
it was like a hardcore feel.
But you have to look out for each other.
Yeah,
you are going to catch basically, you're going to catch these people, you're going to do this.
Yeah.
But so many people are just like,
no,
it's just like, put your hands up.
I was about to get in there and just like, I'm going to have to start catching people here.
I had to pull probably like 3 or 4 people off the floor because they were going to get trampled.
Yeah.
Because
that's what you do. You pick up your brother and sister. That's what you do.
And it just irritates me. Like, if you're at a show in the St. Louis area and people are stage diving, catch them. They're not crowd killing.
Especially like with us, like we're bigger guys.
Yeah.
Hey, we can fight. We're not gonna get trampled or hurt. Like, no. I just saw a couple of people that looked timid, and I understand it. Maybe haven't been to very many shows, but like, if you're gonna be up that close, you're in the line of fire. Like Cro-Mags, when I just got absolutely just
you got
rocked. But I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Like, I was ready for it, but I just got absolutely just demolished. So you gotta know where you're at. I hate to get on this mosh discourse or whatever, but
I mean, you got the vocalist from Frozen Soul, Chad, saying to look out for each other, catch each other. We want you having fun. We want you diving. We want They even had a part of the pit doing push-ups. I mean, which is all whatever, but it was fun.
Yes, it was fun.
Just watch out for people. Have a good time. They're all trying to have a good time. They're getting their moment in the fucking sun, like jumping off and having fun. Catch them. Don't let them fall.
I agree.
Don't let somebody break their neck.
Yeah.
Come on. Be better. Be harder.
Life is hard. Be harder. And then 2 days before that, I also went and saw Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Corey Feldman, Riff Raff, Nate No Face, I think, and Team Sesh, which was like Bones and Xavier Wolf and some other.
You're speaking Spanish to me.
It was a very awesome show, eclectic. That's what I respect about it. It's like, it was so wild. It was so strange, but in a great way. I enjoyed it. Like, as a music fan, like, this is what I want to see. Even if I don't necessarily like some of the music, this is fucking fascinating to me. And Limp Bizkit was outstanding. They're one of the best bands on the planet. They're playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. I've always thought that. Fred Durst is a genius, and that's my opinion on that. And other upcoming shows. August 30th, we're going to see Spaced at Sinkhole, awesome hardcore band from Buffalo, New York.
Yep.
And
I
then
love Spaced.
They're one of my favorite hardcore records of the year, favorite albums of the year. August 31st, I'm considering going to see Sammy Hagar because he's playing a lot of Van Halen tracks, and he's got Joe Satriani playing guitar with him, so that'll be fun. And also wanted to promote a big week for St. Louis music in general. Hardcore band Squint released their first single for their upcoming LP, Magic, produced by John Markson, who produced Story So Far, One Step Closer, Drug Church, Koyo, so many cool bands. So that's going to be
I didn't
awesome.
realize that was the person who did that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, man.
The same guy that produced the new Story So Far record worked on the Squint record.
Did he do the new Drug Church?
Yeah, he's doing the new drum. Yeah,
because
him.
That single's fantastic.
Yep.
I love that.
That's going to be awesome. John Markson, one of the best producers in punk and hardcore right now. Also, I wanted to shout out Ben Diesel. Friends in Ben Diesel released their cover of the Mamas and Papas song yesterday. It's on streaming platforms, so check it out. We'll try to get a link below to that new song. And then, last but not least, 314 Punk is putting out which is Wes Hoffman, right?
Yes.
From Wes Hoffman and Friends, awesome St. Louis band. Barrett and Josh got to chat with him last year.
Yeah,
on ATI.
The ATI podcast, and
they're releasing a St. Louis punk, hardcore, pop punk, emo compilation later this year.
I love that. That's so cool. I've been a part of like comps and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like
it's completely St. Louis. Love it.
Man, it's great.
It's got The Stars Go Out, Wes Hoffman and Friends, Uncanny Valley,
Chandelier Swing,
Rum Luck. Yeah. So many cool bands. So we'll also get like a pre-order link to that in the bio or something for this episode. So check that out.
You can check it out. We'll post some stuff on our Instagram.
Absolutely.
Too. We're more active on Instagram than anything. Follow us on Facebook as well.
And then we're going to be doing an episode with Keith from Cinema Story and Down Swinging. So he's going to show off his physical media and Pop Punk Pizza Party podcast. We got some all kinds of stuff lined up that we're going to be start doing album of the week videos, or you just like pick an album of the week, like at a record store. You go like, it's honestly inspired by Travis and Parker. They have like what they're listening to or their pick of the week on a wall there. That's where I got it from.
Stat pick sort of thing.
We love those guys so much.
Yeah, awesome. That's fantastic record store. If you're going to go to buy records anywhere.
And drink. Yeah.
And meet good, genuine people.
And cool local shows.
Yeah. Go to the Spectrum Record Lounge in
Cape Girardeau, Missouri. My favorite record store. Just for the atmosphere, the people. Travis and Parker are so nice.
Mm-hmm.
They're just wonderful guys.
Great music taste, great selection, good deals, good prices.
And I love it that they have no requests. That's my favorite part. You never tell a record store owner what the fuck to play. Yeah. Never.
And you're not going into there with some touch tunes. You're going in there and they're spinning what they picked out.
Yeah, so we're gonna start doing album of the week, and that was inspired by them. And we got some more just stuff planned up. And I think we might be going to Furnace Fest. That's the last thing. I think we might be good. So we might be doing a little videos or something from there. I'm probably gonna go. Ridge is thinking about it, but I think I'm gonna make it happen.
I'm gonna have to sell a couple of those.
Yeah,
and then I'll go maybe.
So,
but
that's what we got.
I want to go. I want to see Coalesce so bad.
I want you to see H2O.
I do want to see H2O. I want to see Trapped Under Ice. There's no pressure.
Pain of Truth, I would like for you to see as well. And
Pain of Truth would be dope.
Stretch Armstrong, Silverstein. I feel like I know because you like a lot of old Silverstein.
I mean, I've seen Silverstein a few times. I mean, but I still would because I think they're on that Friday before Coalesce plays.
Yeah.
If they're going off the way the flyer is, like Coalesce is like the fourth or third to last band to play.
I want to see No Pressure too. Oh, man. And Slick Shoes or so many. Yeah.
There's a lot. I'm forgetting a lot of the bands that are going to be playing. But yeah,
that's basically what we have upcoming. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, follow us, the ATI podcast. Brandon at Edall's Inn for all the D&D needs. And he makes dioramas. Yes.
Like that. It does commissions and different stuff like that. So just check his channel or check his videos out on the ATI podcast YouTube channel. Subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah.
Well,
that's all I have to say about Edall's Inn.
Yep. And for that, we'll see you next time. And that's all I got. We'll see you later.
Go spin this record.
Hey there, this is Barrett from the ATI Podcast here to talk about what we have going on the ATI Podcast Network. First, we'll start with Waxing On with R&J. The format of Waxing On with R&J is audible selections made exclusively by our hosts and brothers, Ridge Jackson and Jake Jackson. Waxing On with R&J is sure to tickle your inner eardrums with some of the most vile tones you've ever encountered, and conversely, ear candy with pop melodies, focusing on spotlighting underground and rising artists. Waxing On with R&J is another outlet of the ATI podcast community to bring awareness to many musicians' craft. Also found on the ATI Podcast Network, Nod Narb's Closet, hosted by Brandon Stewart of Edall's Inn. Nod Narb's Closet is a wing of the ATI podcast programming that delves into the world of role-play games, miniature painting, diorama making, occasional pro wrestling match watch-alongs, providing commentary with a dash of jocularity and satire, and much, much more. Of course, leading the pack is the ATI Podcast. On the ATI Podcast, we episodically invite guests onto our show to spotlight their talents, whether that's musicians, filmmakers, artists, actors, businesses, even athletes. Nothing is off the table. The focus of the ATI Podcast and its collective creative arms, whether that's Waxing On with R&J or Nod Narb's Closet, is to bring awareness and focus to people's talents. Be sure to follow us across all traditional podcasting platforms, and for the full experience, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search the ATI Podcast. Stay safe out there.